What's good? What's good, man? Salute. Salute, man. As customary, man, let me give a shout out, man, to the old head upstairs, man. Thanking him, man, for the blessings that he's bestowed on me, man. You know what I mean? And guiding me, blessing me, and protecting me, man. Let me also, man, give a shout out, man, to the brothers and sisters that I left. You know what I mean? Languishing in them walls of confinement. Also, man, for those, man, around the world, man, suffering mentally or physically, man, my blessings, man, and my prayers go to you and yours. Man, it happened. It happened. And though it took a minute, I don't understand why, it finally happened, man. We got 10 of those correctional officers, man, who viciously, viciously beat and killed Robert Brooks, charged with anything from murder to manslaughter to gang assault, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, although, it's a day late, as they say, better late than never. You know what I mean? With that being said, man, let me send another man a sincere condolence, man, to the family of Robert Brooks, man. You know, whereas a son lost a father and a father lost a son. Uh, it's crazy because there's a number of things, man, and I'm definitely wanting the audience to reach out, man, by hitting them comments, man, and letting me know how y'all feel about this ordeal. First and foremost, taking 2 months in order to get to some sort of conclusion of even indicting and charging these officers, and how you feel about the fact that they're all released on bail. And I believe one of them is actually released on his own recognizance. How this happened, I can't even fathom it. I can't even understand it. You know, however, do me a favor, man. Hit that like button, man. Especially if, man, what I'm giving, man, you're feeling, man. And for those that haven't subscribed, man, do your boy a favor and go subscribe, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little bit better at this, man, and giving you content that's, you know what I'm saying, worthy of you putting your ears to this, to your computer or to your phone and listening to. Let's get back to this ordeal, man. These correctional officers, man. Listen, I gotta be straight. I gotta be straight vertical with this, man. Um, for a situation that I first believe was fueled by, if not a full-fledged mindset of racism towards Mr. Robert Brooks, it's at least a small amount. And that's just knowing, the New York state system, and how it's ran and who it's ran by for the most part. Now, allow me to be fair. You dig? Because I've been transparent in the fact that, yes, I have done numerous bids. I have been fair and transparent in my analogies of how these places are run and how they are. With that being said, man, I must salute the officers who come to work and do their job, upholding their oath of protecting and serving to the best of their ability in those dangerous spots that, so many of us are languishing in and so many of us have languished in. for those that come to do your job and keep the safety and the security as best you can inside of those spots, man, and treating the men and women within those spots as human beings as opposed to animals. I salute you. I salute you. However, to those of you who wear that badge of honor as it should be, but without question, violate it, dishonor it by having that gang mentality, that bully mentality, that I can do whatever I want and you can and nobody else is going to do anything about it mentality. Keep on. Keep on. And while you keeping on, look at your mans in them right now. Look at your mans in them right now. Hopefully, without question, I'm hoping they get nothing less than 25 to life. And remember, I said I don't wish prison on my worst enemy. However, in this case, and in certain cases, man, you have to sit back and say to yourself, man, yo, man, at the end of the day, man, vertical, man, people's deserved it. The people's deserved it. Here it is. You have a man who didn't, in any shape, form, or fashion, provoke not near one of you. You heard me. Not near one of you individuals into doing what you did so callously and maliciously to him. And unbeknownst to me, man, me just finding out, check this out, had the audacity that while you're beating and kicking this man to death, you're also trying to ram something down his throat. You're trying to ram an object down his throat. Yeah, you deserve everything you're about to get. Now, allow me to say this. Because number one, if you 10 or more individuals who participated in the vicious, brutal beating and killing of Mr. Robert Brooks were black or brown, you wouldn't have a bail. You wouldn't have a bail. You would have been remanded, and you'd have been sitting somewhere in a county facility awaiting your trial. Now, you want me to be fair? Here this goes. Have I ever seen a person arrested and indicted for murder get a bail? Without a question. However, in situations or circumstances like that, you could best believe there was some sort of mitigating circumstances from the start that enabled that to happen. And let me be fair again, that's a rare occurrence. That's a rare occurrence. Matter of fact, it happens more to people like the 10 individuals who have just been indicted due to the fact that they were law enforcement to some extent. And that's where my problem is. My problem, and I want to know. So, yo, get in the comments and tell me how you feel. Because I feel that anybody who is taking an oath, who is taking a creed to live up to a certain standard and violates that standard should be held even more accountable than a person who hasn't. You know, a person who knows what the consequences of or should without question, because number one, you are a sworn professional So these are things that the academy should have been teaching and instilling in you. You should know that to have no restraint in a situation like that, even if it was provoked, there were alternatives, or there should have been alternatives that automatically clicked in your mind that, whoa, okay, it's going too far. And once you were able to pull yourself back, you would have been able to pull others back like, yo, whoa. And that's what makes me think that this incident, that this unfortunate situation for the Brooks family and Robert Brooke himself was fueled by the hatred within those officers and medical staff. I mean, hey, what else? What else? And again, like I said, man, I've been up north. So I know the mindset of not all, of not all, but the majority. The majority. And I also know that a lot of them are walking around the prisons in which they are employed at with all sorts of tattoos and so forth and so on of little black babies with nooses hanging around their necks. And the only time that the sleeves come out to cover those tattoos or or those imageries or those images, I'm sorry, are when maybe the visitors come to see their loved ones. Or maybe individuals from Albany may be coming to do an audit or, make their rounds around the prisons. This is ugly. And I think it's further a slap in the face. I believe it's bittersweet for the Brooks family. I believe it's bittersweet for people in society who are looking and saying, wow, they killed a man on camera, and this is what happened. This is the level of punishment from the start that they get. And I believe that even more, the black and brown community should be appalled, because if this was something that the black and brown community was responsible for, man, it would be played on every media station. It would have been heightened to a level that you couldn't even fathom. So again, man, what do you think? What do you think? This is ugly. It's real ugly. It's I'm glad that after 2 months they finally came to some sort of conclusion of at least sending it to a grand jury to be heard. I'm elated that the grand jury, indicted. I'm unhappy at the fact that they were given a bail, regardless of the fact that, yeah, they were correctional officers and had no record. I know plenty of black and brown and poor whites who have no criminal record and was indicted and charged with murder and even less than murder and got no bail. Yeah, I need to hear from y'all. I definitely want to hear from, you know, the audience, man. So yeah, man, get in them comments, man, and and vibe with the boy, man. Vibe. Let's politic ditto. You know what I mean? Let's create a dialogue, man, that can hopefully answer some questions for me, and hopefully I can answer some questions for you, because this right here, man, is like this is like wow. Like, I feel like, they smacked me in the face for real, man. Like with this whole situation of them being able to walk out of a courtroom with the kind of heinous act that they committed on Mr. Robert Brooks. Yeah, this is totally, man, like, this is totally, appalling. Appalling. And I can only hope that, in the very near future, they'll be sitting somewhere, you dig, eating the same, nasty, stale, low grade of food that a lot of us had to eat while we were in prison, and a lot of men and women are still eating while they're in prison. Yeah, you dig? Yeah, living in them deplorable conditions. Yeah, having a person be mean to you for no other reason than you having a number on the front of your shirt. Yeah, yeah, that's right. And all the rest of you, like I said earlier, that's still doing it. You got though. Hey, check this out, because this is crazy now. You know that we got a strike going on in the New York State prison system, right? And and I got family that's in the New York State prison system. So there, you got the National Guard in there, and even with this, strike going on, you still got those that are nasty and not wanting to assist the National Guard in even, you know, uh, 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 showing them how to carry out the duties to at least, give the individuals that are languishing within those walls their just due in the small entitlements that they can have. You dig? Whether it's packages or visits or so forth and so on. I'm hearing that even when the National Guard is asking how to do things, you know, they're either telling them the wrong information or not giving them any information at all. So I'm going with that, Ed. I'm going with that for this purpose. Anyone that's listening, man, and I ask that you share this, man. You dig? Again, man, hit that like button. But I want you to share this. If you have family or friends that may be currently incarcerated, and check this out, man. Let me say this first. I know that a lot of us have done some things while we were in the street that were possibly completely wrong. I know a lot of us did things that made you turn against them, or you're just not feeling them right now. But I'm asking if you could find a small amount of compassion in your heart, man. And this ain't something that may happen overnight, but at least, man, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone just to make sure they're good. And if you don't want to pick up the phone, here's another alternative. Just call to the prison. You got their name and their registered number. Just call to the prison as a well check. They don't even have to know that you called, but every now and again you just call and do a wellness check to make sure that they may be all right, man. That they haven't fail or succumb to anything wicked inside of those walls at the hands of other, convicts, or the hands of the police who are supposed to be protecting and serving them. Again, I salute those officers who go to work inside of them same dangerous walls and maintain their humaneness in treating others humanely and doing their job and going home. But the rest of you, each day, man, because I've been up against a lot of you. There's nothing more than I want for you to be exposed. Because there's no reason for you to walk inside a place of employment, a place of your employment, due to a chip on your shoulder because of family matters or because of your sentiments or because of your ways of thinking, whether they're warped or just foul. To go in to humiliate, degrade, dehumanize, and brutally beat on individuals, especially those that you do for no apparent reason. Now, to be fair, it's vertical. I've done it. Yeah. So I know that it can get crazy in there. And for that, there's a measure. There's a measure of how you can conduct yourself in restraining or getting your point across to some degree. But to do what was done to Robert Brooks is totally uncalled for and unacceptable. Totally. And the world seen it. It's on YouTube. It's Googled. Again, man, my condolences, man, to the elder, Mr. Brooks. My condolences to the son of Robert Brooks. My condolences to the family and friends of Mr. Robert Brooks. And for those that are responsible for his death, I hope you get just what your hand calls for. And I hope that you go through the same measures when that time comes. What's crazy is, I know y'all are familiar with what happens or has happened to other individuals by the hands of law enforcement or correctional officers. And this still doesn't seem to hinder y'all from continuing to carry out these heinous acts. Yeah. Again, man, my salutes, man, to my audience, man. And again, man, hit that like button, man. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. You dig? Put your comments in, man. Let's chop it up, man. You dig? This is another episode of Vertical Talk, man. I hope you enjoyed it. Allow me to leave this platform the way that I came in, giving my, praises to the Most High. You dig? And giving my salutes to the brothers and sisters that are still languishing in those walls. May y'all protect yourselves, take care of yourselves, keep the fight alive in order to get outside of those cells so that you may one day enjoy life, man, the way that I am now able to enjoy life by the grace of the Most High, man. With that being said, man, we out of here, man. One love, man. Vertical Talk.